In accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, I hereby convene this meeting of the Board of Directors of the LCRA Transmission Services Corporation. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. The time is 2:40. A quorum is present, and the General Counsel will record each director who is in attendance. Do we have any guests today we need to recognize? Okay. If you'd like to comment on any LCRA TSC matters today, please sign up in the registration table in the lobby. At this time, do we have anybody signed up? I don't have a piece of paper, so hearing none, we'll move on to the next agenda item. And that would be Chief Operating Officer update, Mr. Chris Kellner.
Yes,
Howdy.
sir. Good afternoon, Chair Cooper, members of the board. Today, I'm excited to share some great news with y'all on our successful NERC audit. As you know, LCRA TSC must comply with reliability standards and requirements established by NERC. These reliability standards and requirements set out operating, planning, and critical infrastructure protection rules that electric utilities must follow to help ensure the proper operation of our nation's electric grid. NERC has authorized the Texas Reliability Entity, or Texas RE, to monitor, assess, and enforce compliance with NERC reliability standards within the geographic boundaries of ERCOT. Texas RE engages with LCRA TSC every 3 years. It's like the Olympics, but it's a 3-year cycle, to perform compliance audits, and our 2025 audit, which concluded recently, qualified as a huge success. The 2025 audit of LCRA TSC resulted in no recommendations, areas of concern, or findings for the prior 3 years. This is a major accomplishment for an organization of the size and magnitude of LCRA TSC. The auditors also positively noted our implementation of a robust governance, risk, and compliance tool called Archer. The tool effectively supports meeting compliance objectives, helping ensure proper retention of evidence, and tracking various regulatory requirements. Preparing for this audit and seeing it through to a very successful conclusion required extensive collaboration between transmission, regulatory and market compliance, legal, and cybersecurity. Over many months, these groups worked together to supply Texas RE with objective evidence, including internal controls and process documentation, as well as interviews with subject matter experts and tours of our operation centers. What we discovered at the end of the process was what we already knew. LCRA TSC emphasizes a continuous compliance culture. Upholding this standard is important to our employees and our ability to continue to be a reliable operator of transmission assets. We're not thinking about compliance just every 3 years, we live it day in and day out. In its audit report, Texas RE discussed a number of factors that characterize vigorous and effective compliance programs. A few of those include a culture of reliability and security, active engagement and leadership by senior management, and effective preventive measures. The auditors also noted that LCRA TSC staff, as you would expect, were cooperative and supportive of the engagement team's request for additional documentation throughout the process. Additionally, LCRA TSC's subject matter experts, our SMEs, were knowledgeable and professional. LCRA TSC, I'm proud to say, has a culture of compliance, which, along with safety, is the foundation of transmission's keys to success. From there, we help employees understand their roles in meeting compliance objectives and give them the training and tools they need to be successful. We've also developed internal controls to achieve greater assurance of reliability and compliance. And finally, we assess those controls periodically and adjust our compliance posture to meet those various standards and requirements as they change. The successful NERC audit from last year demonstrates LCRA TSC's commitment to compliance and our mindset to continually improve our processes. It also highlights 3 years of folks taking ownership of the compliance obligations, executing their work plans in a timely manner, and maintaining documentation to show this work. If you're here and had a hand in this outstanding result, please stand. Chair Cooper and members of the board, unless you have any questions, that concludes my remarks.
Thank you very much. I thank each and every one of y'all for all you do each day. Thank you very much. Board really appreciates it. Okay, moving along, we will now take up the consent agenda, which begins on page 5. It is any comments, questions, additions, or corrections to the minutes?
I make a motion to accept consent agenda.
Have a motion?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much. We will now move on to the action items. Item 4, that you'll find on page 11, authorization for an LCRA transmission contract revenue note series E, note purchase agreement, authorized related agreements. Mr. Travis is back for more.
I'm back. Agenda item 4 is requesting authorization to enter into a note purchase agreement with U.S. Bank in an amount not to exceed $100 million. With this authorization, it'll extend the current agreement for a period of up to 3 years, and this current facility is set to expire in May of '26. We've gone through a variety of those notes programs in the LCRA meeting, so I won't describe what they're doing. But you've also already approved the companion item in the LCRA, so we'd recommend approval of this item.
Any further questions, comments?
I'll move approval.
Okay, a motion is second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Jim. Okay, moving right along. Item 5, capital improvement projects approval. Mr. Josh Cole, howdy, Josh.
I'm doing all right, sir. How about yourself?
Fine, sir.
All right, afternoon, everyone. I've got item number 5, should be on page 13. We've got 3 projects today, 2 system capacity and 1 third-party funded projects. Just as a reminder, after the annual approval of the annual capital plan, we set the capital budget, we bring individual projects. Once the scope, schedule, and budget for those individual projects is more refined for your consideration, as we are today, and that these projects will be funded by LCRA TSC regulated rates upon completion of the project and approval by the Public Utility Commission of Texas. Please stop me anytime. I'll be happy to answer your questions. We'll jump in. Number 1, Lacema Substation Addition. This project will construct a new 138 kilovolt substation, provide a new point of interconnection that will serve Pedernales Electric Cooperative load in Hays County, a little bit west of San Marcos near Ranch Road 12. We'll install the necessary circuit breakers, switches, and other equipment necessary to connect to the nearby transmission line. The recommended completion date is December 31st of 2026, and an estimated cost of $16.4 million. Next is the Saxet Substation upgrade. And this will upgrade the existing 138 kilovolt substation in Oasis County, just west of Corpus Christi, east of Robstown. As a Corpus Christi High School boy, I'm happy to see that happen down there. This will update the station to a more reliable configuration by adding the necessary circuit breakers and other equipment. And this is the second phase of a project there. And the project team did a really wonderful thing to be able to interconnect this load sooner. It was a crypto miner, a customer of American Electric Power down in that region back in 2023. And now we do the second phase to increase the reliability of that substation. So great approach by the team there. Recommended completion date of this project is December 31st, 2026, at an estimated cost of $18.8 million. Finally, the broadband easement enhancement, FY 2026 system upgrade. This is, I'll call, a companion project to what you heard about from Mr. Kellercourt at LCRA board meeting last month. That's using funds from the Texas Broadband Development Office. And this will amend existing easements on an estimated 540 parcels of land on 5 different transmission line corridors. So it's out east of Austin, just east of Round Rock, all the way down to New Braunfels. And then on the west side from Comfort, northwest through Kerrville, all the way to just west of San Angelo. So a long segment of our system that will amend these rights to allow third-party communication rights on the OPGW or optical ground wire that's hanging on those transmission lines to allow LCRA to provide broadband services. And LCRA TSC needs to be the entity that amends those easements because that's the entity that currently owns them. But this project will be funded by LCRA, leveraging at least a portion of those grant funds you heard about last month. Recommended completion date for this project is December 31st, 2027, and an estimated cost of $7.5 million. And that's all I've got, pending any questions.
Questions or comments? Sorry. Need a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Cole.
Here he comes. He's talking.
There he comes. Okay, item 6, you'll find on page 16. Acquisition of interest in real property, use of eminent domain in Travis County. Mr. Mark Summerall, howdy. Mr.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Chair Cooper, members of the board. The real estate agenda item before you is a request for the use of for the authorization for the use of the power of eminent domain in Travis County in support of the Colton to Elroy transmission line overhaul project. This project will provide for the continued reliable transmission of electric energy on the Colton to Elroy transmission line T658. The request before you this afternoon includes 3 aerial easements required for the project. The current easement corridor is 100 feet in width, and the additional aerial easements are generally 15 to 18 feet on either side of the existing easement corridor. Initial offers have been made to all landowners based on third-party appraisals of these additional rights, and we seek board authorization to proceed with condemnation only if an agreement with landowners cannot be reached. Staff recommends approval of this item, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, I've got one. How is Mr. Rodriguez's easement worth so much more than the other two? He didn't even have frontage.
It is based on that independent appraisal, and I assume that it's probably the frontage on that 130 corridor that's affecting that value.
Well, he's not fronting it. He's off of it. The other two are fronting it.
Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong map. Thank you for the clarification. Yes, that parcel has more improvements on it, and so I suspect that that is the reason for that valuation difference. And it may be impacting some of those improvements, given where those aerial easements will be located. But again, no additional ground rights are part of this item. These are all aerial easements only.
Any additional questions? Did you get that answer or no? You good? Okay. Additional questions? I'd entertain a motion.
Second.
Everybody's getting tired or slow, now wake up. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Summerall. Okay, at this time, I think we do have a need for executive session, so staff and guests may be excused while the LCRA TSC board goes into executive session. Okay, you want to read these numbers for me?
No, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
in the spirit of trying to best utilize the board's time, my recommendation is after this, we hold off on P3 until our next meeting. This was a good opportunity to brief y'all on some things we think were interesting, but they're not imperative. So we'd like to do this briefing, if that's okay with y'all, and then we'll come back to P3 at a later date with the AI update and the things going on with that, which are really interesting, but they're more of a briefing for y'all for your awareness as opposed to anything you have to vote on or take action on today, if that's okay with the spirit of the board.
That's fine. You have to ask her, she's been practicing to run P3s.
No, that's already. That's fine.
You know, she's very shy.
That's all right with y'all. I mean, there's some really cool stuff in there, but it's not anything you'll have to vote on today or take action on. It's more just in all the things we're doing in that sphere, but it's not, nothing actionable today.
I think everybody's fine with that. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
great.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna read this in.
Any time we can focus on.
I think that's my
Exactly.
point as well. I think we had a lot of contributors today,
Yep.
and they were great, but I think at the same time, it's probably good for us to take time where y'all can really get into the AI conversation in a more less time-sensitive way.
Been a big day. Okay, thank you. We will now go into executive session of the LCRA TSC Board of Directors pursuant to section 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, 551.076, 551.086, 551.089, and 418.183F of the Texas Government Code. Today's date is February 18th, 2026, and the time is 2:55. We have concluded the executive session of the LCRA TSC Board of Directors and now return to open session. Today's date is Wednesday, February 28th, 2026, and the time is 3:58. Is there any other items come before this board today? Hearing none, although I know y'all really would like to stay a little longer, we'll adjourn.